Welcome back to G40 Alt Universe. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you all had wonderful Christmases and enjoyed lots of time off with your friends and family. All the best for 2022. I hope that the start of your year is going better than mine. I woke up today with a dry cough and a sore throat, and lo and behold, I have COVID again. So not the best start to the year, but what can you do? It's one of those things. On the bright side, I have this beautiful map and game set up in the room I'll be isolating in for the next 7 days or so. So I guess there's always a silver lining. But let's not dwell on these things too much. Nothing we can do about them. What we're here today to do is to break the Christmas truce. We had a bit of time off from the game to celebrate with our families and, just generally enjoy Christmas. And we're back now, kicking off the game again where we left off. And just in time, really, to break the truce is the US for round 3. We are now allowed to declare war on everyone. So Happy New Year to the Axis. For purchases, we will be building 2 submarines, 2 transports, a destroyer, 2 tanks, an infantry, and an artillery for 53 IPCs, meaning we will be saving 1 IPC in the bank for next round. Combat. I think there is 3 combat moves, maybe 4 for the US this round. Let's start off simple. Got this destroyer here in 55 belonging to the Japanese, and we're basically going to be sending in 1 submarine from Sea Zone 35. I do have 2 submarines in there. I've decided now to kind of represent my fleet with this marker here. The fleet itself is on this plate, which I'll keep just sort of off the board. Sending in 1 submarine from Sea Zone 35, and supporting that battle will be 2 strategic bombers from US 8. We have 3 in there, but 2 of them only are coming in at 1, 2, 3. We'll have 4 movement points left coming off of the naval base, or rather air base. So that's battle number 1. Battle number 2 is down here in Sea Zone 58. So what we've got is, we've got Germans here in UK 14. It's just 1 mechanized infantry division here. And we are going to be attacking that with 4 of the transports here in Sea Zone 35. Now for the boys, I've got 5 transports in this Sea Zone 35. I've got 1 transport here in Sea Zone 29. Just put 1 kind of like this, and the transport in 29 like this. They're going to be picking up 2 infantry and 2 artillery later. But for now, what we want to do is we want to take 4 transports here in 35, pick up 4 infantry, 3 tanks, and 1 artillery. And we want to move them down here to Sea Zone 58 to attack this mechanized infantry. Just like so. And we also have some Germans on this island here, G20. We've got 2 infantry and an AA gun. And we are going to be attacking that with the other 2 transports I mentioned earlier. So those 2 are coming down 3 spaces off the naval base. And we'll be attacking that with, as I said, 2 infantry and 2 artillery. But not just those, we're going to be supporting the battle with 1 battleship and 3 cruiser bombardments. So what we'll do is we'll also move in this task force. This whole fleet basically in 35 is coming down here to 58, and I know technically some of that is non-combat, but that's where they'll end up. So I'll move them all down there now. So that's battle number 2. Battle number 3 is over here in US 21. We have 1 really annoying excuse me, forgive my sore throat, really annoying Japanese infantry here in US 21, and we're going to be attacking that with 2 infantry, or 3 infantry rather, from US 20, and that's it. But not quite, because we are sending in a bomber as well. The other bomber from US 5 will be moving 1 into US 24, or rather 1 into US 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and coming off the airbase, we'll have 2 movement points left. So those are the battles, I think. Let's get to the battle board. And while we're here, we might as well start off with this battle here in US 21. So what we've got is 3 infantry at 1. We have 1 bomber at 4. So we've got 3 greens, we've got 1 red, and defending is 1 blue for the Japanese infantry. Let's see what we get here. And we get 2 hits. Didn't need the bomber in the end, but best to be safe when there is a lot at stake. So we had the Japanese infantry miss as well, so it's a successful battle. So I will remove the Japanese infantry, I will remove their control marker, and I'm going to update the IPC chart immediately, as I tend to forget. So Japan will come down to 51, USA up to 57. Next battle is, let's do the destroyer in 55. That was my chair, by the way. I need to put some WD-40 on it. So we have a attacking submarine, and we have, excuse me, a bomber. So let's see what we get. Hopefully we get a hit, and we do. We get 1 hit here. So we'll return fire for the destroyer and see if they take down my submarine. And they do just about manage to take out the sub. So in C-Zone 55, we will be trading a destroyer for a submarine. But ultimately the battle was a success. We managed to sink that blocker there. Next battle. Let's do the battle for UK 14, where we are attacking 1 German mechanized infantry with 4 infantry, an artillery, and 3 tanks. I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I'll just roll for the tanks and hope that we get a hit with the 3 tanks, and all 3 tanks hit. So there you go. We'll return fire with 1 blue dice for the German mech, and they miss. So a perfect result for the Americans in UK 14. We have removed the Germans from 14, and we've liberated UK 14 for the UK. So the UK will come up 2 to 35, and Germany will come down to 263. And the final battle for the Americans will be here in G20, where we have the 2 German infantry and 1 AA gun. And we are attacking that with 2 infantry and 2 artillery, so that will be 4 blues. We also have a battleship bombardment and 3 cruiser bombardments. And we need 3 hits. Oh wait, what's that? And 3 hits we get. So perfect. The Germans will return fire for 2 German infantry. The AA gun, of course, does not get to fire. So let's see what they get on the way down. It's 2 misses. So a great result for the Americans overall this round. And we have taken out G20 from the Germans. That's 2 infantry dead and 1 AA gun. And G20 will become an American controlled territory with 2 infantry and 2 artillery on the island. So again, I'm going to update the IPC chart as we go. Germany comes down to 62 and America up to 58 on the IPC chart. Straight into the non-combat phase then. And this gets a little bit tricky over here. Let me just think this through here. So, our task force here. We've got, sorry, my arm's in the way there. We've got this fleet here. And these air units on these 2 carriers moved 1, 2, 3 into C-Zone 58. And what we're basically going to do, let's bring this carrier down as well. So this carrier and its Air Force 1, 2, 3 to join up with the fleet. So what we now have is 3 aircraft carriers in that sea zone, and all of the aircraft aboard have only expended 3 of their movement points, so they have 1 point of movement left. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fighters off the carriers and 1 of the tactical bombers off the carriers, right? And we're going to land them onto UK 11, the island controlled by the UK here. All right, so they're on that. Hopefully you can see that. I think you can. And that will free up 4 slots for these 4 fighters up here in US 3 to fly down and land on those aircraft carriers. Hopefully that makes sense. Just do that for now, and I'll clean this up just now. Okay, so just to confirm, on the island of UK 11 we have 3 fighters and a tactical bomber, and on the aircraft carriers, 3 of them which are in sea zone 58, we have 4 fighters and 2 tactical bombers. Okay, I'm going to move this off the board, gone to the side again, and we'll represent the fleet here with this task force marker. Okay, excellent. Hopefully that made sense. The strategic bombers. Oh wait, there was actually 2 of them, and I only rolled for 1 of them in the battle. I just realised, I think. But never mind, it was a successful battle. We have 2 strategic bombers in 55 with 4 movement left. Moving 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also landing on the island there with the other US Air Force. Joining the fleet down here in 58, and this is getting very crowded, I'm going to move these transports off to the side as well, is the 2 destroyers and 1 submarine up in 29. They're flying down as well to join up with the party in 58. And we also have a battleship and an aircraft carrier way up in Sea Zone 2. They're just moving down 2 spaces to Sea Zone 29. Alrighty. In US 6, we have 4 mechanized infantry, and they will be moving 2 spaces, 1 and 2 into US 17. The AA gun in US 18 also moving into US 17, and we have an infantry in US 16 moving to US 19. Our strategic bomber, which has 2 movement points left here in US 21, will move 2 spaces, 1 and 2, back to US 17. We have 2 AA guns in US 6, moving down into UK 6. And I think, glancing over the board, that's it for the USA for round 3. So let's go ahead and place our units. And what we're going to do is, let me think about this actually. What I'm going to do is place all of the naval units into Sea Zone 29. And we're going to place 1 infantry, 1 tank, 1 artillery in US 6. And the final remaining tank will go up here into US 13. Alright, so for collection of monies, the USA is at 58 on the chart. We saved 1 IPC at the beginning of the turn. And we also have 2 national objectives, which is to be at war and to control all of our original mainland territories. So extra 20 there. Excuse me. So I make that a total of 79 IPCs collected for the US for this turn. Right, next up is China. So we've got 12 IPCs to spend, and we are going to be spending them on 4 infantry. Excuse me, sorry for the sore throat here, guys. Got 2 combat moves for the Chinese this round. One of them's a walk-in, and the other one is a bit of a gamble, but we'll see. Here in C16, it's completely empty, so we'll just move a Chinese infantry in there rather, and remove that control from the Japanese. So what we're going to do is bring Japan back down to 50 and China up to 21. The second battle, which will actually involve some dice rolling, is here in C5, where we have 1 infantry belonging to the Japanese defending this territory here. And we're marching in with 3 infantry from C4. Just 3 infantry, leaving behind 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry in C4. So we'll see how that goes. I believe that 3 infantry against 1 infantry is a favourable outcome for the attacker here, as I have dinged this into the odds calculators before in previous games. But as we know, anything can happen with the roll of the dice. So we've got 3 attacking infantry and 1 defending infantry. So the blue is the Japanese and the greens are the Chinese. Let's see what happens here. And we get a complete miss by everybody. Let's try again here. And the Japanese get a hit. So let's take out the 1 dice and try again with round 2, where we have a complete miss again by everybody. And round 3, finally the infantry wake up. There we go. We do get the Japanese and they miss in that round. So we took the territory with 2 Chinese infantry remaining. So we'll take away 1 infantry from the Chinese and 1 from the Japanese. Let's remove their control marker. Japan comes down to 48. China up now to 23 on the IPC chart. Okay. Now, getting tired here. Let's move some stuff around here a bit as well. What we're going to do is we're going to push into C19. I don't know how many infantry this is. It's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 infantry here in C15, I believe. Marching into C19. We also have a stack of guys in C40. Forgive me. C14. It looks like 6 infantry and an artillery. Going into C19 as well. So that's nice. Here in C22 we'll move a guy to C20. Here in C17 we'll move a guy to C14. And here in C9 we have 2 infantry moving up to C3. That is it for China. Damn it. We're going to place 4 infantry here in with the main army group. And what are we going to collect? Well, we're at war now, and that means we will collect our main income, which is 23. So we're at 23 on the chart, and we also have 2 national objectives here for Soviet support. Cheers, Paloto. There's an extra $2 for China, and we got support from the UK as well. We don't own, what is it, A10, as the Japanese have that under control. But for now we'll collect an extra 4 IPCs, which I think brings the Chinese up to 27 IPCs collected for this round. So not bad for China to have 27. But then again, we have been left alone for, well, for the whole war so far. So that's it for China. Moving on then finally to the UK. And the UK, we have 42 to spend, and we're spending all of it on 14 infantry units. Yep, not too much the UK can really do at this point in the game, as we do have the Germans knocking on our back door, as we can see up here in not London. So that's 10 infantry and a stack of 2 and a stack of 2 for 42 IPCs all spent. Combat then. Got a couple of combat moves. Or maybe it's just 1 combat move. But what we're going to do is we've got 2 infantry here in UK 12, and we're going to march into UK, whatever this is, UK 13, where we have 1 German infantry. And what we'll try and do here is expel him from our territory here. And supporting that attack will be 1 fighter off of the aircraft carrier, moving 1, 2, and 3. Is that right? 1, 2, 2 spaces. What am I talking about? 1, 2. It's 2 spaces. And we're also going to support the attack with the tactical bomber, moving 1, 2, and 3 off the airbase. We'll have 2 movement points left. Okay, so I think that's actually the only battle for the UK for this round. So let's go ahead and resolve that on the battle board. Okay, so we have 2 unsupported infantry. We have a fighter, and we have a tactical bomber paired with a fighter. Just need 1 hit. Let's see what we get. We do get 3 hits. That's a good result. Let's see what the Germans will get, though, on the rebound. They fire back, and they do get a hit in return. So that's a 1-for-1 here in UK 13. So we'll take off the German infantry, we'll take off our UK infantry, and we will remove the control marker that has now been liberated once again for the UK, and we will go up 2 spaces on the IPC chart, up to 37 for the UK, and Germany will come down to 60 on the IPC chart. Let's go ahead with our non-combat then. Okay, the aircraft carrier in 39 will move 2 spaces down into C zone 58, and we're going to catch the tactical bomber, which has 2 spaces left, and we're also going to catch the fighter, which has 2 spaces left. We've got a cruiser in 38 coming down to 58. We've got a battleship and 2 destroyers coming down into C zone 58. We had a, sorry, that was all off camera, wasn't it? We had a fighter here in C zone 39 on the carrier, moving back into not London. This AA gun will board the transport ship in 39, move 1 and 2 into C zone. My camera work is very shoddy today. C zone 58. We're going to pick up the infantry on the island, the UK island, and we're going to drop him off into PA7 with the AA gun. So, hope I explained that fine. AA gun onto the transport, down to 58, picking up the infantry on the island here, and then dropping them into PA7. So that'll be +1 for the UK. Grab a round door quickly. Getting very cozy here in this C zone. And the UK will just go up 1 IPC, up to 38 on the chart. While we're on this side of the board, we've got an infantry in UK 6 moving down 1 space into UK 10. Alright, excuse me. I'm going to be really cheeky here as well. I know this is strictly not allowed, but I've just spotted an idea, and I would like to go for it. So if Contango, if you don't mind, hopefully you're okay with it. I'm going to add a couple of extra combat moves to my turn. It really doesn't affect anything I've already done, but I know this is kind of cheeky, but there's so much to think about with the UK and the US, so I overlook things sometimes. Anyway, I know you'll be cool with it. We've got a destroyer in 118 moving into 117, and that's just going to sink the I'm losing my mind a bit here. The Italian transport. So that's an auto kill. So that's that one. As well, these combats don't involve any dice rolling, so hopefully that makes it okay. We've also got a transport. We've got a fleet here in 102, and I really didn't know what to do with this, to be honest, given that this Italian Navy is right here. But I've just thought of something. I might as well do this. I'm going to take the transport into 103, pick up an infantry and an artillery, move 1 and 2 from there off the naval base, and we're just going to drop into J11. It's undefended, it's just got an AA gun in there, so that will be an auto kill as well. So I'll update the chart. What is it? The UK will go up to 39 and Japan will come down to 47. Let's go ahead and put an IPC tracker on there as well. So we'll send the transport over there. Not alone though, we'll send the battleship and the cruiser over as well as the aircraft carrier here with 1 fighter, 3 spaces, and the tactical bomber 1, 2, 3, and 4 moving over to land on the carrier. And the fighter left in 102 will move back to C zone 27. Excuse me, man. I'm so sorry, guys, for this sore throat of mine. Whew, I didn't actually get sick the first time I got COVID. This time, I'm actually a little bit sick. At least I've got access now, guys. We've got 2 infantry and an artillery here in UK 28 moving into not India. As well as the AA gun. Let's move that in as well. Do we do that? Probably. 4 infantry in UK 24 moving to UK 26. 1 infantry in F9 moving to PA 13. And let me just review what I've done here. I think I might actually leave 2 infantry behind here in UK 28. Let's do that. We'll leave 2 infantry there. And the AA gun. Sorry. Let's leave it like that. So much to think about. Anything else? I think that's it for the UK. And no, it's not. One last thing. We've got a bomber up in not London. Bombers in Alt Universe don't actually get to defend. So there's no point leaving him in not London. Let's fly him down to the island here, which contains all of the American air units. I can't remember the name of the territory here, but it's this island here. Let's fly him down there. And I think that is it. I hope that's it for the UK, for the Allies, America and China as well. So let's place our units. So up in not London, we have 10 infantry going in there. Over here in, I guess this is not Canada, we're going into there with 2 infantry, and the last 2 infantry are going into UK 27. And that is it. Let's collect income now. So let's see what we're at. So we're at 39 on the IPC chart. We also have 1 national objective, which is to control all of these territories. With the help of the US, we've managed to do that this turn. And that means we will collect a total of 44 IPCs this round for the UK. So let's do a recap then of all of the American, Chinese and UK units. For those of you tuning out here, thanks for watching. And once again, I'm so sorry about my sore throat and the coughing and the spluttering. Okay, what have we got then as the US? Up here in 29, we have an aircraft carrier, a battleship, a destroyer, 2 submarines, and 2 transport ships. In US 6, we have 2 infantry, a tank, and an artillery. UK 6, we have 2 AA guns. Down here in C Zone 58, we have our main fleet, and in that is all of this stuff. We've got 3 aircraft carriers with 4 fighters and 2 tactical bombers. We have 1 battleship, we have 3 cruisers, we have 6 transport ships, we have 5 destroyers and 2 submarines. On the island here, UK, I can't remember, UK 11, we have a fighter, a tactical and a strategic bomber. In G20, we have an infantry and an artillery. UK 14, we have 4 infantry, 3 tanks and an artillery. On the other side of the board for the US, in US 21 we have 3 infantry, US 19 we have 1 infantry, US 20 we have 1 AA gun, US 17 we have 5 mech, 1 AA gun, 1 bomber, and in US 13 we have 1 tank. And that's it for the US. For China, we have a whopping stack of infantry here in C something. I'm going to count these up. After chipping it all out and counting it, I make that 32 infantry and 1 artillery. In C16 we have 1 infantry, C20 we have 2 infantry, C14 1 infantry, C3 2 infantry, sorry, and C4 we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry in C4, and in C5 we have 2 infantry. Last but not least, for the UK, start up in not London. Again, I'm just going to count this out. I make that 28 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 mech, 1 tank, 4 AA guns, and 4 fighters. Down in C Zone 58, we have an aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber. We have a cruiser. We have 2 destroyers. We have 1 battleship, 1 transport. In PA7, we have an infantry and an AA gun. And in UK 11 on the island, we have 1 strategic bomber. In UK 10, we have 9 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 French fighter, of course. Holding on in UK 19, I think that is. Yep, we have an infantry and an artillery. In UK 13, we still have 1 infantry. In not India, what is that? 6, 7, 8, that's 9 infantry. 2 artillery, 2 AA guns. In UK 28 we have 2 infantry and an AA gun. In UK 26 we have 4 infantry, 2 mech and 1 tank. In PA 13 we have 1 infantry. In C Zone 107 we have an aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber. We have a battleship, a cruiser and a transport, and on the Japanese island of J11 we have an infantry and an artillery. That looks like just about it for all of the US, UK and Chinese troops. I think that's all of them accounted for. So that well, brings this turn to an end. It always takes longer than I think, but there's a lot to get through. So cheers to the boys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my sexy throat today. Though it probably wasn't very sexy. And next to go, who's next? It's Italy, I believe. Good luck, Contango. Interested to see what you'll be doing. And yeah, cheers. Cheers, guys. Happy New Year.